going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, before we go ahead and hop into the topic of today's video, I have to mention this. Guys, right now, I don't know what's going on. I might make another video about this with more live gameplay for proof, but skill-based matchmaking is like non-existent at the moment. I know that they just put up the free-to-play trials, but I've never felt it this casual before because I played in all the free-to-play trials, and even though, yeah, a couple of matches would be casual at a certain point, you would versus some competition, I don't know what is happening right now. You could look at the gameplay because this gameplay is literally me playing the free trial version. It speaks for itself, okay, ladies and gentlemen? It speaks for itself. So, of course, I don't know if anybody is still playing this game, but if you're looking for a moment to hop back in to get some casual gameplay, now would be the time. I don't know if the quick play launcher is different, but if you go to the free trial launchers, it's a whole different world at the moment. But, okay, enough with that. Ladies and gentlemen, today I thought it would be a pretty fun idea to go ahead and discuss something that's been at the back of my mind for a little bit. I've been holding on to this topic, but the more that time goes on, the more I start to believe this statement. And that is the fact that I believe the community is the reason for Modern Warfare 2 2022 not being a 2-year cycle game. And of course, I'm going to explain a little bit further to try to defend my statement here. Of course, this is not facts. I would consider it more of a conspiracy theory that I kind of diced up in the background. But at the end of the day, I would love to hear your opinions down in the comment section. And of course, see what you all have to say. All right. But this is why I think that Modern Warfare 2 2022 didn't last 2 years because of the community. Again, keep in mind, the rumors behind the scenes were that Modern Warfare 2 2022 was supposed to last 2 years, and the second year was only going to be DLC to the campaign and a massive DLC drop with all Modern Warfare 2 maps. And now we fast forward to current date, and we're getting a completely different game, which is basically Modern Warfare 2 2022. The whole advertising behind it is, oh, look, they did that wrong, we fixed it. That's literally the whole advertisement of what Modern Warfare 3 is. So the current problem right now is people think that this game is, like we always say, $70 DLC. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm not defending them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just trying to, bring some food for thought to obviously go ahead and spark up some discussion. But like I said, now that all of this stuff is passed and the rumors have been debunked and Modern Warfare 3 is coming out, everybody thinks that Activision is trying to scheme the community out of their money. But what if I were to tell you that I personally think the reason that we're getting Modern Warfare 3 right now, and again, I am playing a bit of devil's advocate here, but what if the reasoning behind this is because of all of the bad response that Modern Warfare 2 actually got? Gotta think, even though I personally enjoyed some of the fundamentals of this game and the map designs, so on and so forth, at the end of the day, the mass majority of people out there despise this title. It got basically no love whatsoever, and Warzone 2 was a massive flop. I mean, people were shocked that they let something like Warzone 1 slip through their fingers, and it ended up being Warzone 2. The game was not well received at all. The highlight of Modern Warfare 2 for a lot of individuals was actually DMZ. So, this is what I'm going to throw at you guys. What if the game performed so poorly that realistically this game was supposed to last 2 years, but because of the reviews and, the feedback from the community, they cut it? And you have to think, yeah, they could have added an update, a patch, to go ahead and resolve Modern Warfare 2. But a lot of these changes would require the game to be built on a different, just basically a different build of the game. It's not going to be able to be updated through just a simple patch. The requests of, a completely different perk system being added into the game, a brand new time to kill added into the game. If you really think about it, things like this, you can't just simply change. It's going to change the whole vibe of the game. Changing the time to kill from what it is right now, current date in Modern Warfare 2 to 150 HP in Modern Warfare 3 is going to require a whole rebalancing patch for every weapon within the game. And you have to remember, in this game, it's going to be all the Modern Warfare 2 weapons and the new weapons they're adding in Modern Warfare 3. So they have to rebalance absolutely everything across the board, along with the map designs. It has to work for the maps that are actually being played on. Again, there's no excuse for charging $70, honestly, for this. But what if this is Activision's way of fixing the stuff that the community didn't like within Modern Warfare 2, and the only way of going about it is by making it in a brand new title? I've talked to a lot of people who are actually, who've been in the development scene, and that's really the mindset of it, to be honest with you, because a lot of even when it comes down to UI, believe it or not, it's really difficult to be able to introduce that into a game. And you hear me complain about it all the time because it's a pain in the butt. And as long as I see the same UI in Modern Warfare 2, I'm going to keep complaining about because it's awful. But realistically, to completely overhaul the UI and give us something absolutely different from what we got would require a lot of work and effort. So it makes me think, it makes my brain turn a little bit and think, maybe in order to please the community, instead of making Modern Warfare 2 2 years, they're just going to go ahead, make a new title, change everything that we want, and of course they're going to have to charge it as a full-priced game, but I'm wondering, is that the only way they would have been able to go about this business here? I mean, seriously, think about it. We are getting all the Modern Warfare 2 maps in a game called Modern Warfare 3. Really? You don't need a genius to tell you that that is completely off and makes absolutely no sense. A 5-year-old can come up with, the concept that you should put Modern Warfare 2 classic maps in a game or a new game that's called Modern Warfare 2. It's logical. And it really makes me think that, yes, this game was supposed to be 2 years. If they're remastering all the Modern Warfare 2 maps, it would only make sense that they were planning to do that for this game because it matches with the OG Modern Warfare 2. If they're making a game called Modern Warfare 3, wouldn't they be remastering all the Modern Warfare 3 maps? I could be completely wrong here. Again, nothing I say is factual. Nothing I say is... And I'm just throwing out ideas because it's been making me think a bit. And I think it's pretty fun to think about concepts and topics like this because there's always possibilities out there and we never know the actual truth and anything could be a possibility. And with all of these factors lining up, it seems just too odd that we're getting Modern Warfare 3 with all the changes, all the fixes, all of this stuff, and it's making me think that this was the way that they had to go in order to produce this game for us. It makes me think, what happens if Modern Warfare 2 was well accepted? What happens if Warzone 2 never had any issues? Modern Warfare 2 was loved right out the gate. Everybody loved the gameplay, the maps, all of the above, not a single complaint. What if that happened? I guarantee you that we would have saw year 2 for this game. We would have never had another title. We would have had a year 2 to Modern Warfare 2, and they would have upcharged, obviously, the DLC for the campaign and all that other stuff. But I guarantee all of the stuff that we're getting right now is just, it's nothing. And it's sad, though, because I wish this wasn't the way that they had to go about business. Because we're getting we're getting half-assed zombies probably from Treyarch in it, because it's not even Treyarch's game. They always have to go and put a half-assed zombies to make some type of mode for Sledgehammer Games to make it a quote-unquote full product, Like, everything in the world is screaming that it's DLC right now. Which, again, makes me think the only reason that they're making Modern Warfare 3 is to please the community. Because they can't simply put out an update to do what the community wants. In order to, listen to everybody and check off all the boxes on their checklist, they would have to overhaul everything, which means they would have to put out a brand new title. But, like I said earlier, leave your comments down below. That pretty much explains everything that I've been thinking about here. I thought it was just pretty interesting to, consider that maybe this is more of a positive that Activision is doing instead of a negative. I'm not trying to defend them whatsoever. I'm more just trying to play devil's advocate, make you guys think a little bit, bring some cool conspiracy theory topics to the channel. Of course, leave your opinions down below on what you think is going on when it comes to Modern Warfare 3. Do you think that this game was supposed to be 2 years, or do you think that they're just indeed trying to milk the community, or do you think that Activision, the only way they could please us is to go ahead and make a brand new title? I would love if anybody is actually working in the game design scene, if anybody has any experience. Like, how do you go about that? All these changes, and the list that the Call of Duty community has been asking for. It's a pretty long list. Would that be easy enough to just patch up and add into the game? Or would it be more easier for them to start from the ground up, make and just build up the game to what the community wants, and then launch that instead? Of course, they have to charge it at $70 because they're making a new game, but I don't know. Again, it's just something very interesting to think about. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. Leave a dislike if you hated it. Also, don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified on all content revolving around Call of Duty X Defiant. We do live gameplays, commentaries, comparisons, conspiracies. I mean, the list goes on with the content that we try to produce on this channel. So if you guys enjoy that, you want some commentaries for some background noise, or you're just very interested within Call of Duty, by all means, subscribe, hit that bell. We post daily over here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And last but not least, we do stream every day besides Sundays. So today will be the last day until Monday again. So if you guys want to catch those streams, get some good vibes, watch some gameplay, hang out with the community, all of the above. Don't forget you can find my Kick channel where I stream down in the description of this video, along with my other socials like Twitter and Discord where you can contact me or anything that you need to do. By all means, you can check those things out down below. But as always, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.